The choice of electric cars on the market is growing rapidly. The models on sale are increasingly affordable. Time to check out the main draws. We're going to focus on the compact class today. We're putting 3 models to the test. The bright blue Kia ESoul, the top dog right now, the VW ID.3 and the brand new Opel Mokka E. We start with the ESoul. Kia went electric very early and got a big head start on its German competitors. You can tell by this car. It feels the most mature.
So we start now with the Kia here in the city. So everything is switched on. And go. First meters are here some cobblestones. It's very bumpy, but no problem for the car. Steering is very easy, especially in the city. And no wonder this car is working very good. At low speed, no problem. What is very special, very special here in the Kia is this car has more switches and knobs than any other car I've driven before. I've counted them. It's 72 knobs and switches here in the car. And I forgot this here, this is 73 now. And that is very old school. There's a good display, it's fine, it's working very well, but so many knobs are very old school, but it's not bad. When you are driving and your concentration lies on the road, it's much easier to find one button here, push, radio and gone, and not to switch and swipe. So I love it, but it looks very old school.
On long stretches, the Kia's big advantage is its powerful motor, which harnesses 150 kilowatts. The 64 kilowatt-hour battery is theoretically good for 452 kilometers. In real life, you can count on 300.
So back on the road in the Kia, and let me say it like this, it's the most sporty car here in our field. It's really very powerful. It has the same power like the Volkswagen, but it feels more powerful. If you put down this accelerator, pedal to the metal, oh, yes. This is really fun. I mean, it looks like a shoebox, but it drives like a Formula One car.
Hooked up to standard charging stations, it charges at 11 kilowatts per hour. It can handle up to 100 kilowatts, which would give you a fully charged battery in half an hour. The price of a Kia ESoul starts at €38,000. With government subsidies, that goes well below €30,000. The same goes for the brand new Opel Mokka E. At a list price of €34,000, the customer ends up paying €24,500. In return, you get a compact SUV with the look of the new Opel Visa. Although a bit smaller than the Kia, it still feels nice and airy inside. There's room for 4 people, but the capacity of the trunk is less than impressive at just 310 litres. The finishing is top class, but how does it feel to drive it?
This is the Opel Mokka, and Opel belongs to the Stellantis group, as you might know. Like Peugeot and Citroën and Fiat and Chrysler and all these brands, and Ram, and Opel is since 1 year part of the Stellantis group. So this car has the same platform, for example, as the Peugeot 2008. But they told me they put in all the Opel features and the Opel feeling they can put in. Let's see if this works. We are here at our test drives in Hamburg Harbor City, Hafen City, which is a mixture of old and new architecture. And we have cobblestone roads, like this one here, and we have good roads. And both street types are good for the Opel. It is really well done car, and driving is really great. We have 100 kilowatts, which is definitely enough for the city. It's too much for the city. And you are star at every traffic light battle. You can win most of them, driving fine. And how to operate the car is a mixture of digital and analog. We have big displays, 12-inch displays here and here, but still some knobs, especially here for volume. Just turn and loud and So I like the combination of both. Not too many knobs and not only displays and LCDs. This is a wonderful mixture. So this is here the new part of Harbour City. It's something like Canary Wharf in London. It's brand new. It's built all in the last 20 years, 15 years or so. And the Opel looks a little bit avant-gardistic, modern. And he fits to this location here. So in the city, the Opel, it's compact enough, and it's quick enough. Very good car for the city. And for more, I really appreciate to drive this car tomorrow when we go on the country roads. So here we are on our cobblestone passage, and no mysterious noises from the chassis. No shake and rattle and roll at all. Full points for the Opel.
But can it keep up with the Kia on the open road? There are a lot of advantages to being part of Opel's CMP platform, but they don't include the size of the engine and battery. The car has to make do with 50 kilowatt-hour battery capacity and 100 kilowatts motor performance. But is it enough?
I'm on my way along the River Elbe. The Opel is really, really well done. The chassis is sporty and comfortable, both together, and it's driving very, very quick, and the engine is strong enough. And one thing which is very important, this car has the best seats of all. You can sit here for 8 hours and get off and feel well. No problems with your backside. So for me, the Opel, great deal.
So it's all square on charging speed. 11 kilowatts or 100 kilowatts, they're the two key numbers, although we've never achieved full charging performance with any e-car. Not even with the VW ID.3. It reaches 75 kilowatts at the faster stations, but never the full 100. Like all e-cars, energy consumption is lower around town because the frequent braking helps recuperate the battery. On average, the ID.3 used 19.3 kilowatt hours for 100 kilometres. That, by the way, amounts to 106 grams of CO2 emission with the usual German electricity mix. Using purely green electricity will bring it down even further. The ID.3 looks the most impressive, both inside and out. It feels really roomy on the inside. The materials used make sense, simple and neat. Most of the functions are controlled with the central display. Ours worked fine and didn't crash once. It hasn't always been that way.
So I'm now sitting in the Volkswagen ID.3. I start with this knob here up there, and here we go. This is our cobblestone road here now, and compliments to the Volkswagen. It goes very smooth along that, and there's no problem for the people sitting inside. Very smooth, very calm. Good marks for that. So we are now under the bridge, and the car is, of course, it's driving very good. It's very smooth feeling. The damping of the chassis is very good. But I mean, you can expect this. This car is up to 50,000 euro as it is here. All the materials are absolutely high average. So not perfect, but not bad. Everything is working good. Everything is fine. The car is very, very... One of the most interesting things of this car is the rear axle drive. That means you have a very, very, very tiny turning angle. It's only 10 meters and you can turn around on a very, very tiny place. This is for driving in the city. This is perfect. Another one, zack. So we are here at the traffic light, and we have 150 kilowatts of power. So that means at every start at the traffic light, you are number one, you are ahead of the rest. This means really, really great acceleration. So I start here, whoop, woo-hoo, and here we go. So nice driving. This car feels very comfortable, like a bigger car. So because of its weight, of the huge battery we have down there, the floor, it feels heavy. It feels like a much heavier car, but it's easy to handle in the city.
The VW really comes into its own on the open road. Comfortable suspension, quiet and powerful. That's what e-cars are all about. The only area where the Opel beats it is handling.
So I'm now sitting in the Volkswagen ID.3. It's very, very comfortable. It's cruising, it's gliding along the road. It's really for drivers who don't want to drive too sporty. One thing I don't like are the brakes. There's no good feeling about the brakes. You don't know how hard to brake at that moment, and this is because of this electronic brake system and recuperation system. This doesn't feel very, very good. But at all, this is the most comfortable car of all we have here in our test.
Time for the verdict, and the ID.3 wins by a narrow margin. Despite the juicy €35,000 starting price, none of the others can quite match it. And VW has done a great job of fixing the bugs that plagued its early years. In second place is the Opel, the right mix of performance and price. It's the e-car for everyone. A bigger trunk would be nice, though. Bringing up the rear is the Kia. You can't complain about the functionality. Its strength and speed make for a fun drive, but it badly needs a new design and operating concept.